feel like, yeah, it is Pootie Tang, man.
It is
It's just
Pootie
so
Tang.
Pootie
It
Tang.
is Pootie
Like, I
Tang.
should have flared bell-bottom jeans.
Can someone get Pootie Tang on this podcast? I don't know if the guy's dead.
I don't know.
I
Is he
don't know.
dead?
But
Pootie Tang.
I'm sure he's a real actor, right?
We
I'm
find
sure
out.
he's not Pootie Tang in real life.
That'd be hilarious if that was his
If
real
it was
name.
real name, but I don't think so.
No.
But while he's looking up Pootie Tangs, you guys should notice we have a new logo. Now, this is the most childish, retarded logo we could come up with for this podcast. So we have done a great job at trying our best to somehow create something valuable here for to put something on the screen. It took 19 people to do this. You should know that level of competence in this office is a 2 out of 10
Especially on Monday.
for
That's
all people,
across the board.
including myself. Yeah, yeah. The
2 out of 10.
competence. I don't know how to use my phone.
Oh,
So
awful with the phone.
I learned that I can't even use apps on Google. I have to use Dropbox because I know only how to swipe this way.
Yeah. I was like, PJ, you should use the Google Photos app because it's 4 photos. He's like, no, I'm in Dropbox. That's what I know.
I
how
can
to use.
only go
That's it."
one direction, and that's all. If you require me to click a new app and upload something, look at something, or the grid looks different,
We're
I
done.
panic. Like I just don't know what to do. You know, it's like an ant in a circle. Can't get out of it. Yeah, super bizarre. Anyways, we have a little bit to cover.
We got a lot. I want to start with the heavy hitter right off the top. I want
which
to
one?
hit him straight with Vincent Fischer.
Vincent Fischer actually busted. Like someone on Bravo TV called this man a giraffe
Oh, wow.
with pubic hair on his face.
Oh no.
I thought this was a very fitting conversation. I actually thought, you know what I love about these guys that do these, what do you call them? Like Voidzilla, and I don't know if you know these YouTube channels that basically like bust people.
Oh, like Baller Busters and shit?
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that?
but they don't have like YouTube, so they have these other guys that are like really detailed investigative journalism on like
On fake shit.
nobodies. Like no, I mean like on nobodies.
That's
Like these
awesome.
people are fucking nobody, right? We just know about them because we're in the car world or they drive a car or something. So you need a minute?
No, I'm just like,
Oh.
ugh.
I thought you were staring at something
No.
else. Okay. Anyways, like you took a moment, so I had to I wasn't sure.
You
I
had to
mean,
acknowledge.
was it the tits or what?
Dude, it's just like he's
okay.
every like you look at him, you're like, that guy's a grade A douchebag.
Okay. Well, no, you know, the problem is it gets encouraged
Yeah.
by the other monkeys. So it's just a never-ending cycle of stupid. So this guy in his interviews in that specific video link for John Bravo TV or whatever that guy is, he's hilarious. But his investigative journalism, what I look at to tell you how confused and fake someone is how they use the perception of money
Okay.
to appear richer than they are. So I will tell you this because I'm a financial analyst. I look at numbers, money all the time. When someone rents a warehouse that looks like $100,000 a month,
Mm-hmm.
and they keep taking videos of one corner, for example, or they wanted the penthouse in the hood because it was better looking than the small apartment they could have afforded in the city,
Yeah.
you know, like in the right place. That tells me that you're more interested in optics than foundationally building your life. So you're more interested in what you can get out of it. So you'll go rent a $6,000 apartment that looks like $100,000 because it's just exciting. It's just one way to try to get other people to believe you're rich, right?
Yeah.
So you use the word penthouse, for example, even though it's like $6,000 a month. But you couldn't afford shit if you actually live somewhere nice for $6,000 a month, you know? Or you did it at a time where it was very cheap and you have a 10-year lease on it, or some stupid you rent a place, or you use it as photo shoots and then you leave, you know, like the fake plane stuff.
plane, yeah.
It's just stupid. But the same thing with the cars. Like, if you go and try to buy a $3 million car and you only have $200K to put down, you're going to get there's no loan where that maths where you're not getting raped on interest or you're not getting raped in the way the loan is written where it's hurting you. So in order to impress others, you're basically building this persona because you have nothing to offer others other than just the perception of what you're going to offer them. Like you don't have any value, so you don't retain the value. You only look at the optics, and you're like, if I
He's just
impress
selling
you,
the optics.
you'll buy something. I can make money. I can keep the optics going until eventually I get smart enough or rich enough to become this,
Or
right?
the scam catches up.
But the scam, it's like the fake it, you know, before you make it, assuming you make it. But if you're trying to fake it till you make it, and the way you're making it is only a measure of what you're faking, then it's always going to come crashing down. It just doesn't add up. So this is unfortunate that this is the norm in Miami, the 5-year lifespan of the guy who pretends not to do steroids, who then says he did steroids, who then later says he's very rich, but then later it's just a joke of it.
So we always bring up the 5-year thing. Let's dive into that a little bit. Like, how is it that they can scale so quickly in 5 years?
So
whereas, like, if you do it legit, it doesn't kind of work the same way.
So they can't. They're not scaling. They're just scamming hard, fast, before the wave catches up. So all that happens is in business, you can win a lot up front and make a ton of mistakes and not provide any value and then crash really fast.
Okay.
And marketers are used to doing that. They use social media as optics to just basically appear larger than they are, get on as many podcasts as they can, do as many clips as they can, grow as fast as they can. But there's no foundation and there's no build behind it that makes them retain that fame. So as long as they keep pushing out, then they can kind of be popular, right?
Okay.
And so they have to get views. So I always say there's a difference between the guy that gets 3 million views in hopes that he'll sell 4 10K courses or coaching programs, but he needs the 10 million views to pretend he's like very viral, very successful. And he'll buy 100 million followers and appear larger than he is and all that because he doesn't really care for the customer. He cares for the optics, right? And it's how marketers basically don't really have any substance, but when they're marketing themselves and there's no substance, they will crash. And it's a 5-year lifespan, meaning we see this every 5 years. Like when Ty Lopez first came out, originally he had a program
commercial with the garage.
I mean, listen, it was very wise. I mean, it was very smart. It was a good marketing technique. It got very popular.
I read 100 books a day.
But 5 years span, then he had to shift. Then he went over to the next thing. Like every 5 years, they got to reinvent the next bullshit thing they're going to do. And then at some point, one of them doesn't work or catches up, or at some point, the old stuff comes back later, or people feel ripped off, or they get fucked. And then they get. That's why I always say, like, when people look at what we do and they're like, "You survived the internet 20 years," I'm like, "Wait, this because I've been doing the same. I'm not changing because I'm a teacher, not a marketer. So while I market my teachings, I'm still a teacher. Meaning, like, my foundation is teaching what I do, and what I do has not changed every 3 weeks because it's convenient. I didn't go from I'm going to do watches and cars to I'm going to do crypto now. You know what? I'm going to start teaching you about this new AI thing now because it's the hot buzzword. Like, I don't give a. I do what I do, and if you want to learn it, you come over here. If you don't, it's like a teacher in school is not going to switch from chemistry to math to English to history. It's not what they teach. They teach the same 30 years, and it's like I've been a chemistry teacher for 20 years, or maybe I've adapted my teachings, but I'm still doing the same thing. So I think cartoons like this eventually come and go. This isn't the first. This isn't the last. They survive as long as their money can last, and then they just disappear. Like we saw what happened with Wes Watson too. I recently, someone sent me a thing, I don't know if you saw it, where they sent me a thing on Instagram and they said, what are the things Googled the most? I don't know if you saw it on social media.
No, I want to see this,
about PJ. I thought this was really fucking funny. I thought this was up in a way.
Yeah, I saw it.
I mean, it's cool. It's kind of up because that's what people are looking for, I just thought to myself, I was like, well, that's kind of, And they were, do you have it?
Let's do it. Your answers were really good. Hedgeman,
Gadimi. Yeah.
Wife.
Yeah.
Damn.
So the first thing people want to know is like how hot my wife is. What the and yeah, I scored it, but they keep thinking it's because of the money. I keep saying it's because of the size. I don't understand why people assume that a guy who's 5'7" cannot have a 13
You're just instead of from this side of the island, you're from this side of the island.
Exactly, and it's good. And what I'm saying is that's how you win. Like
giant
a 13-incher, and like
third leg.
Yeah, no complaint, So it's not the Bugatti, it's not the Rolls Royce, it's not the lifestyle, none of that stuff. No,
it's your Johnson.
It's my.
Yeah, I would.
In case there was confusion.
And then Gadimi wife.
Yeah, and then they had another one which
Pejman
was
Gadimi book.
Yeah, but there was one that was like Pejman Gadimi height. It was really bizarre. I was like, why are people obsessed with how tall I am? I'm like 5'7", and I'm the same height as Wes Watson, and I just don't pretend to be 6 foot tall. I'm fine being 5'7".
Look at that.
Yeah, this ape thinks he's 6 foot tall, and every time he gets arrested, his arrest thing says 5'7" or 5'6".
When you told me that was the funniest.
He's more probably pissed about that than he's actually pissed about.
Yo, you know what it is to say you're 6 whatever he said he was.
I always say if you're gonna lie about your life, just don't get arrested.
Yeah, you can't.
Will come out over
came for his ass. His arrest record
Or
said like
don't
5'8".
get sued because in Discovery they'll pull all your out, and be like,
Oh my
are
god.
you
bro.
really rich? Are you really poor? What the are you?
But my thing is that he must not have friends because I would have called you out
I don't
so
think
fast,
anybody's
dude. I would've been
nobody's
like, "You're not
friends
6
with a
feet tall."
nutcase like that. Yeah,
Jesus
he had the
Christ.
other dwarf at his house, the guy from OnlyFans who's losing his trying to figure out what to do. The Jack Doherty kid.
Yeah. Oh
I
my
don't know.
god.
The guy
I
who's
can't
pimping his mom, his
I can't
girlfriend, his side
stand that
girl.
kid,
Like
man.
he's got a gangbang going on with like 5 black dudes against his girlfriend on OnlyFans. I don't
He goes
understand.
and like just provokes people. He's gonna get someone's gonna lay his ass out one day.
He's just a lost cause too.
So
But anyways,
you mentioned crypto. Crypto meltdown. Crypto went off the face of the earth the other day.
largest liquidation event in crypto history. Apparently.
Insanity.
To be honest, like I've always said that crypto is a giant scam.
Mm-hmm.
Like okay, let's be clear. I understand what it is, and I understand that Bitcoin is not going away. This is not a question of like but I'm saying you have to understand like it's like a penny stock until it gets validated.
Okay.
Basically, it's like a stock that could just die. Most of them are it's like
Meme
memes.
coins,
It's bullshit. Exactly. So the majority of them are scams, and it's unregulated in that way, where basically anyone can scam anything, and it's like, oh, I just pulled out, and then it takes years before they get caught. I mean, there's hundreds of cases of people that have done this. And I think about that, and I go, well, it's a free for all, like
There's no regulation,
stock
no
bullshit, pump and dump situation until it becomes real. And so I don't like when it melts. It's like
What's melted? Is it real?
it's
nothing
it was
real.
anyways. So like it doesn't really matter if it's like melted or not. I mean, even Bitcoin going down 20K is no different than a stock. Like basically,
Yeah, it's gonna go back
down.
up. It'll go back up later.
We talk about stocks crashing. I mean, Ferrari went down to total dog shit.
20%
Yeah,
overnight.
and they fucking deserve it. That company should go down a fucking toilet and be removed from the car world altogether. They're building a fucking dealership next door to
That's
here.
funny.
And they're scamming their own people doing that, just so you know. Like, there's basically Ferrari Fort Lauderdale, Ferrari Palm Beach. So this is Palm Beach territory, and somehow Ferrari Fort Lauderdale built a dealership.
That's Ronnie?
This is Ferrari of Fort Lauderdale. Jack and I don't know.
Yeah, Ronnie Vogel and all those guys.
Yeah, so they're
Oh, I
right
know those
here,
guys.
and they're doing a service center, but it looks like a state-of-the-art dealership.
Dude,
I'm sure.
That's beautiful.
Beautiful, like no word about it. They
They hung
spend
the horse
tons
the
of
other
money,
day?
like fucking nuts. Yeah, I mean, great for me. Values go to the roof and the thing, so not complaining, but just saying, like this is exactly my point about the brand. If a dealership owner is another dealership owner by creating this kind of level, they are destroying their brand internally because they don't give a for customers because they don't even give a each other. So this is just a reality of the game. Like the way they behave is the same way they con customers into buying their cars in hopes of getting better cars, and then they blame corporate on the reason why their better cars can't be given to you. So they go, if you buy these 40 cars, I'll fight for you and like get you this car. I'm like, cool. Okay. Here, I bought 27 cars. Everything you fucking asked me to do. Cool. Oh, Ferrari didn't approve giving you this.
So they're not
Well, then
talking to each other
it
to make
doesn't
it
matter.
work.
No, it's bullshit. The point is they're jerking someone else off who gave him a bribe, who gave him something, who's their best friend, who's going to give him the car back, whatever. And all I'm trying to say is they did the same Porsche. At least they just openly admit it. At Porsche, they just tell you, if you don't give me the cars back, I'm not giving.
Yep.
Meaning, if you don't get like straight up, like I'm a con artist and I don't give a fuck. I'm a Porsche dealer and I just want your car back. And if you're not playing ball my way, so I can earn my $150K a year as a salesman and basically make the company more money, so they can give me a $10K raise this year, then you, I'm not doing anything.
Yeah.
I mean, Porsche just admits it. Ferrari pretends to play this game. If you go to racing school and then come and jerk off our CEO and make him feel good about his cars and don't put wheels in the cars, just give them back to us. Don't wrap them. Don't put exhaust. Don't do this. Don't do that. Please show your ass this way while all of us run around and pretend we own the cars that were floor planned on at the dealership and then take them to like drives and exciting and all that shit and all that bullshit. And yet we don't have without the investors that are behind us paying all this money. But we'll pretend we live this lifestyle while you have the money to live this lifestyle. But we want to prevent you from doing this because you won't contribute to our lifestyle.
Yeah. And then they keep they keeping your cars. That's the one that drives me nuts.
Bro,
like when the cars are super expensive and they keep them for you. It's like, what you mean I can't keep my car in my house?
I have sold every Ferrari I own.
Yeah, you did.
And they can go themselves.
All the way off.
I will never invest in another Ferrari again. I don't give a what it is. I don't care if the SP3 is
What
one
if
of the
it
prettiest
gives you
cars they've
blowjobs?
ever made.
What if it gives you blowjobs?
If the car starts blowing me, we can talk about
Okay.
it. Yeah.
So that's
we'll
like
come
that's
back.
what that's
Yeah.
where we
Blowjobs
start
are
the
always the
conversation.
weakness. Yeah. So we
That's
can
where we
always
start
go
the
back
conversation.
to the. We can always go back to that conversation. That's always. It's never taboo. We're good. Yeah. We have problems. And in good news, before we talk about car, apparently the war in Gaza,
Just like that.
just like that.
It's just over.
I'm telling you, this is definitely a conspiracy though, because Ben Shapiro went on Bill Maher and
Ben
literally.
Shapiro went on Bill Maher. Oh,
I think
wow.
yeah, and I know this is actually. I love Bill Maher because he talks
Shit.
to everybody. No, and he just doesn't care. But the thing that was interesting about that is he told them literally before this even was in the talks or in the conversation, he was like, "They're just gonna end the war in 3 weeks," and I was like,
What do you mean?
like he was just like, "That's what they're gonna do," and then
It's over.
they did exactly that.
It's
yeah,
over.
and then it just pulled it off like within like a week of that, and I was like, "That's crazy." Like I was like, it's crazy to me that like. There are so many of these plans, right? Like that are happening and like ways they do this, and the propaganda that goes behind it is just nuts. But the good news is people aren't dying, and
That's always the good news. You can never
and
go wrong
they're
with
getting aid, and doesn't like the people there, the civilians. They just suffer these political rafts in any war. Like it's like the Russia versus Ukraine. It's just unnecessary. Like
that. I think if you want to start a war, our president should have to fight your president. And then that's how we do it. I think
agree.
that'd be the.
Yes.
You know what?
I agree.
Why do we gotta fight?
You take
Y'all
two
fight.
guys. You give them sumo outfits at the very least.
Let them go at
You
it
put them in a room.
and throw chocolate in.
Yes, and they either have to fight or each other. And if they're not willing to do that, then we don't have to die for it.
All right, guys, get naked. Why? We're either fighting or we just
You're
don't know
not willing
which
to
one.
each other and take that
No
discomfort
war.
for 30 minutes. Then you know what? Other people shouldn't die for cause if you're not willing to fuck for it.
Fucking
Period.
ridiculous.
Yeah, I think that's just.
But that's
normal.
crazy. They just turned. They went to the war switch and they went.
Yeah, but I'm just saying that, like I've always said, if people more, people would have less war. So if we
Yeah.
start with the presidents each other, it might
Whoa.
be, and then you might actually see more women presidents because the guys might actually be, they might actually be happier
Yeah, let's
to have
yeah,
like a
absolutely.
woman because they might be like, I'd rather old woman than dude. Like, can you imagine that shit? It's pretty crazy.
Can you imagine having to like the prime minister of
I
Britain?
can guarantee you every Western country would support every third world country having a hot chick as president.
Absolutely.
They'd be like, you know what? We're gonna go to war
do
tomorrow
it.
morning. God damn it! Yeah, and they're
do
gonna
it.
go fucking invade Africa next. And you'll be confused why an African country has like a super hot white blonde.
Charlize Theron is the African ambassador.
You'd be like, what the
What is happening right now?
The best way to geopolitically end everything.
Hot women. Men's weakness, hot women. Why didn't anyone think of that?
Everybody be like, we're going to war with Russia tomorrow morning.
Dude, you should be the secretary of the Department of War. That sounds like a great idea.
no. I didn't work at Fox News, so it's not
Yeah,
gonna
that's
work.
a prerequisite. So going off of what you said about the 20% of Ferrari, the reason it went down 20% supposedly is because they're the EV plans. The stock plumps 20% because they announced the Elettrica, which is the laziest naming I've ever heard in my life. It just means electric in
Is it
Italian.
even Italian or is it?
It is
is it?
Italian.
Okay,
It could be
okay.
Spanish too. Electrica.
Okay.
It'd just be spelled with one no T.
Yeah,
no two
so
Ts.
I think, but I also think there's something else. So after that, they also said they're going less electric. So I think this is the larger
Yeah.
part people aren't looking at. It's a company that says, here is a car, and by the way, we don't believe in it.
But they've all been doing that lately because we've had that conversation
but
with
Lamborghini
too.
also said they're pulling a new four-door that was electric, and they're saying it could be dead on arrival, meaning they're not even going to announce
Yeah,
it. And just
they-
what they said, they'll let us know. But listen, this was the problem over the last 7 years, and I've been talking about it over like the last 3. I've been saying to people, I was like, electric is not the future. Now, hybrid is the future for turbo substitutes and
Yes.
axle
I
substitutes.
agree 100%.
That's here to stay. Like hybrid axles,
It works.
hybrid motors, hybrid like turbo swaps. You know, like the way the 992 Turbo S.2, whatever's doing it. These things are here to stay. I don't think that's going away. But you're not losing the essence of the car. You're enhancing the elements of speed through technology, and that is going to stay. The problem when you go electric is you're changing the essence of behavior, and you're not substituting that with better behavior somewhere. So you're just saying, I expect everyone to sacrifice everything they love about these cars and just buy into this bullshit and without any given good reason to do that. And people are just like, F you, I'm not doing it. Like, I'm not participating in this shit. And so you can get poor people to participate in the Tesla idea, but even that experiment failed after people realized, like, wait, I'm the sucker that got hit 50% on values. I'm the sucker that's getting hit with these $100 a month fees for features. Oh, wait, my car can turn itself off. Oh, wait, it controls if it blows up and I can't get out of it. So, like, you have all of these reasons why mechanical cars mechanical components, I should say, have a place to stay.
Yeah.
But they keep trying to go to this technologically advanced. We talked about this last week.
Mm-hmm.
Who wants screens in
No
cars?
one.
Nobody wants 19 screens. BMW is struggling to sell their new cars because they're way expensive and they got a ton of screens in them and stupid.
Audi did the same thing now with the A5.
Everybody is leading this. Like, they're just like, I need 15 screens. The Cayenne screen looks like a fucking phone. And I'm like,
crazy.
Yeah, and I'm like, it's not necessary. Like, you're driving a car. You don't need to watch a HD movie on your car.
100%. It's removing.
And then it's like, it's conflicting. It's like, hey, this is self-driving mode, but you got to stare at the road. Well, I don't get it. Like, I don't want to stare at the road. That's the point of self-driving. Like, well, if you don't look at the road, then you can't self-drive the car. Well, I got to pay $100 a month to take my hands off the steering wheel. Is my going to ride the steering wheel? Like, how am I going to fucking, like, what's the point of that? My eyes have to be on the road. So clearly, even if I'm getting a blowjob while I'm driving, it's not really self-driving because my cock at this point is hitting the steering wheel. My eyes aren't supposed to look down at what's happening. How do I know who's giving me a blowjob? And I'm paying $100 a month. What if a chick put a pet monkey there and somehow that's just licking my nuts? I mean, there's so many possibilities where this. Why are you laughing?
What is happening right now? This just went off the rails.
I'm just saying there's the truth on what could be happening, and I'm just saying that it's very confusing for people because these are real concerns they might have in their life about autopilot and why it doesn't work. Or maybe not, but I'm saying there could be other things too. But just saying that would be what first comes to mind for me. Not sure why, but that's what came to mind when someone told me it was $100 and you had to keep your eyes on the screen.
That was a lot of information in one shot.
Just putting it out there.
Blew my eyebrows clean off.
Okay.
Jesus. So this is the we were talking.
Okay, back to
This is the Lanceador dead on arrival.
That's the Lamborghini one.
It just looks like a Urus. It's like every concept car they've made has the same. Obviously, it has to have the same.
I'm
basic
just telling you,
shape.
new cars have made me appreciate the Urus a lot. Even though at first we kept talking and I was
Ugly?
like, what ugliest car? Why did
They
do
nailed
this?
it.
So simple.
They
Fucking
nailed
nailed
it with that car.
They were ahead.
The first one.
They knew something.
Not the new one.
No, I'm saying before the SC, the whole Urus Performante was like a perfect
Awesome car.
I sold mine. Now I'm buying another one. I'm
They
like,
nailed.
fucking great car.
What's that green thing that I saw this morning? Oh, the blue car. When did that come back?
The blue car. What car? Oh, that's the Ultimate. Yeah, blue Glocco. It's pretty color.
Fire.
Yeah,
That color's amazing.
Yeah, that's my old color. You see, before I was doing pink, I was doing Tiffany blue. So that was my go-to.
What's the next one going to be?
No, right now we're still in the pink high.
Because we haven't gotten the Mustang yet.
Yeah,
but
we're still in the pink high. After the Mustang, I may get out of the pink high. I don't know.
All right, so moving on. Aston Martin, and we know how much we love Aston Martin here. They released this beauty. Look at how pretty that car is,
Aston Martin
man.
fucking gets it.
Dude, that car is gorgeous.
Dude, Aston Martin gets it.
They
The
absolutely
equivalent
get it.
of a Ukrainian housewife.
Mail order?
No, not mail order.
Well, it could be.
Americanized.
Oh.
Still cooks and does everything and shuts the up. Like, this is the equivalent of that.
That is such
It
a
does
cool car.
everything it's supposed to do without any single flaw. Like, I actually, really unpopular opinion, Aston Martin Vanquish. Okay? Vanquish, the new one.
Yes.
Pretty car.
Beautiful.
I think this is hotter.
I like coupes more than...
But I think this is prettier. Like, I think the DB12 was one of the prettiest cars Aston Martin ever made to date. Outside of these crazy Valhalla bullshit and Valkyries, whatever. But this, the DB12 base, was stunning. But you can't drive a DB12 if you're rich because you're poor. You know, like, so you basically go and drive a Vanquish. But the new Vanquish, I don't think is as pretty as that. So when they came out with this, with the DB12 headlights, DB12 grille, and made it like a Vanquish version, like the S race model, and the rear is beautiful. I was so excited because this car just on another level.
It's such a cool car.
I don't like losing money on cars, and I'm tempted to write a check for this and just say, I want to spec it my way and just, I don't give a shit. You know, like, I just hold it. Because
such a good car.
It is stunning.
Dude,
like,
so you get it. It's the same twin-turbo V8. It's making 690 horsepower, so it makes 12 horsepower compared to the standard one. And it's just like they nailed it. That blue is freaking phenomenal. What a pretty car. Beautiful.
Yeah, the
absolutely
quad
beautiful car.
exhaust like on top of each other, large, the proportion,
Everything
the
about it's gorgeous.
sexiness. Yeah,
It's such a pretty car. And like we said, like they just listened. People said and they went, all right, guys, what do people want? Let's give them that.
and the blue is so fresh. It's kind of like the color of the day, but I'm just saying naturally, it's just fresh.
Such a good car. They just absolutely nailed it with this car. And I think it's one of the better cars that we've talked about in the past couple weeks. Everything that's coming out is crap. Like this shit. Don't get me wrong. It is a cool-ish looking car, but Zagato is just like...
Yeah, someone offered to give me theirs.
What?
Yeah, they somehow, like, they said they had an order, and they were like, do you want to buy a hypercar? And I was like, what is it? It's this. And I was like, I don't know. This doesn't, like, it's bizarre looking. And Zagato is hit or miss. So I don't know.
They like every other car is cool.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Like, some of them hit, but, like, they always lose value anyways. So it's not like something...
What's the cost on one of those jam boys right there?
Plus.
2 million plus.
But dude, I mean, if a Gunter's $1 million at now, I'm just not surprised now when cars are like 2 to 3 million because it's just like
They're gonna make 19 of them, 3.3 each.
Yeah, 3 million. That's Bugatti money. Like that doesn't make sense.
5.2 liter V8, 887 horsepower, made in America. So that means it's a fucking.
I think they're money
Chevy
grabs
motor.
at this point. I don't see the value. I mean, I thought that Gordon Murray shit was unbelievably beautiful. I thought some of that has heritage, that has some, you know what I mean? Like Pininfarina tried to make a car too for Ferrari. You know, like not Ferrari, but I'm saying.
Well,
like,
I shot the release of that car.
Yeah, the one that's electric.
Mhm.
Looks like total. Like I don't understand why they have a roofless one that's pretty.
Want to hear a story about it?
Yeah.
So we got hired to shoot the release of the car 7 years ago. And we're there. They dropped the car off in the middle of Times Square. Like the Italian people, they're like, "Where do you want the car?" Just drop it there. And we're like, "All right, we need to move the car." They're like, "Oh, car does not turn on."
Yeah, because it's probably like a just test like
we
like
had
just
to,
a shell.
Yeah,
for,
we had to
just
push
like the Gordon
this
Murray thing.
$3 million car around Times Square for 4 hours. It was the most ridiculous thing in my life. While the Italians just watched us like this.
And they don't want to participate.
They don't want to
either.
help for
I know.
with their.
It's always the
insanely
same with
well-fitting
gangbangs
clothes.
too. Yeah,
Oh
they
my
always,
God,
they always
how
let the
you
Russians come in and then
How you always take it there?
take what there. I'm just,
You always
I don't.
got-
I'm
we
just,
always
no,
get
I'm just
there.
saying. I mean, it's a fact. You had a picture of that other thing before that, the Lamborghini. Go back to that.
Oh, the manifesto.
Yeah, that
Hold
the
on.
other thing.
That-
You can find the YouTube comments, but listen, this car,
Mm-hmm.
they're talking about this is the new design language for Lamborghini. And there's a lot of turmoil happening in Lamborghini too, and I want to be fair about this because they came up with the Revuelto and they said this was the design language of the future.
Mm-hmm.
And then they couldn't pull that off. And I don't know why they're going away from the Revuelto and using the design language of that new
The Temerario.
that
The
new thing.
The phenomenal.
Yeah, that crazy ass $3 million car
Mhm.
they just pulled out, which isn't that attractive. The side's fine, the back's okay. Like these are design cues that are okay. But they're doing this with this too. They're going in that direction, not because it's yellow before someone says something in the comments, like you just see a yellow car. I understand it's a different car. But you can see the cue in the headlights, you can see the cue in the taillights, like with the Ys. And
Yeah.
I just don't understand why this is futuristic design language. It doesn't need to be. I mean, the Revuelto is very futuristic. It's very like exciting.
I mean, they're
looking.
gonna keep trying to push the envelope. I guess that's the buzzword. They're gonna keep trying to push it like to go more and more extreme. But like we said, we're already at the point where we're like, all right, guys, relax.
But you know they've competed for so many years to go crazier, right?
Mhm.
Like, and they went crazy. It's the car speed too. Like we said this the other day. Like we were, I don't know if it was you. Someone was in the Gunter with me. Oh, it was my buddy Andrew drove my Gunter, and he said, I really was hoping it wasn't fast, and I'm glad it wasn't that fast. And I was like, yes, exactly. Like 500's enough. Like you feel the road, you feel the noise. It's exciting. It's enough. Like they have 1,000 horsepower version. I'm sure it's faster. It's
But where are you
cooler.
gonna use it?
It's the point. You get to a place where like SF90 speed isn't entertaining. And one of the reasons why I was so excited with the Revuelto is because it has modes that are lower. You know, like so you can use it in like 700 horsepower. mode.
Usable, like to go to the store.
And that's fun for the street. 700 horsepower is enough for the street. You don't
Even
need to
still.
go. Yeah, you don't need to have your balls go to your throat and like when you have the launch mode and then you don't know
Break your
what.
back.
Yeah, and then you have a vagina. You know, what I'm saying is just not necessary. Like and it's just so different because you feel the road more, and it's just that push. But I think over 700 on the street, like it's just there are no roads where. As soon as you hit it, you're doing like 140 miles an hour, and you're like, it's just not necessary.
When
Like,
we had Walter on the show, we took out the
AMG.
AMG
Yeah.
GT, and we go out in the street, and he gets into it, And he's like, oh my God, this thing is amazing. I was like, you didn't even use all of it. I was like, we don't have the space for you to use all of it. By the time, like,
And it's not that fast of a car.
it's not
either.
even
I
that
mean,
fast of a car, but it's like
crazy
you don't
shit.
have the space to use this car. And like, I can only imagine what a 1,400 horsepower,
Right.
whatever the fuck. Like, what? You're going from light to light?
Right,
Like,
right.
You can't do anything about it.
All right, let's take a break real quick, and when we come back, let's take a look at some of the YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Bullshit going on. You know, if you ever saw a guy like me riding in the back of a Rolls Royce with a fine Fox, you would automatically assume that I must be some kind of watch dealer. It does make sense in the end. That's what watch dealers do. But nonetheless, if you haven't had a chance to yet, make sure you check out grailsy.com, where you can buy and sell really amazing timepieces, a site that I've used for the last few years that I've had a lot of success with acquiring some of my favorite watches to date. So make sure you visit grailsy.com, and hopefully they're watching so they can eventually pay me to do ads like this for them.
All right, so we are back. So we're gonna do one or two questions from the YouTube. C. Riley 907 wrote, the big question is, are cars getting more valuable, or does the floor just keep going up because of inflation to keep up?
Both.
Both.
Cars are getting more valuable because there's a epidemic with the electric kind of direction the last 3 years of R&D have done for most car manufacturers. And then there's also the floor keeps going up because the dollar keeps getting devalued and the cost of goods keeps going up and inflation keeps kicking in. So you take all those and the price index of most cars is going up. So it creates a very bizarre, just the cost of everything's going up. The cost of food's up, the cost of cars are up. So now some cars catch up faster than others, meaning Porsche does price increases, then maybe Ferrari waits, but Lamborghini does next, and so on and so forth. So just all of the above, you know.
Okay. Bing Bong 69420.
There's a guy named fucking Bing Bong. Oh, this is a username.
This is username Bing Bong 69420 says, thoughts on the SVJ market?
Still, move. It's gonna move even more up, but for now, it's in the 800 and 900 range. 700 for the coupes, 600 actually, high sixes for the coupes, 800s once you get to the roadsters. That's the wholesale market. Retail market's like in the 9s now, but that's still gonna go up. That's still an undervalued car, and I think as volume decreases over the years, good specs are gonna keep going up. I mean, I've sold my black on orange SVJ like 3 times in a row for like 900 grand. You know, like, and every time it had 2,000 more miles, and nobody cares because it's so rare, spec so good, everybody wants it. So it's an example of like why we're in a different era than we were 20, 30 years ago, where mileage was such a big deal. You know, like if you had a high mileage car, it's like 5,000 miles. Oh my God, like you drove your car. What the
People drive their cars now. Like,
yeah, it's like your wife you weren't supposed to. And it's like, well, what am I supposed to do? You're supposed to like save her for the next guy? Like, it's a car. It's supposed to be driven. I mean, what else can you do? Like, I mean, seriously,
look at it in your
you're
garage?
paying for it. So, like, what are you going to do? You're going to leave her in your bedroom, look at her? Like, fuck her.
That's true.
What's the point? It's the whole point of a wife.
This one is a little more personal. This one's like directed directly at you.
Oh, damn. That's an attack. Like,
Oh,
half
that's
of the comments.
for sure.
All the comments are attacks, in case you guys don't know. I get attacked every day.
But they don't talk about your height and stuff.
I don't know why.
They
Maybe
should.
because I'm so proud of the fact that I'm 5'7".
Yeah.
I fit in most cars. I don't mind being 5'7". We talked about this on the last show. If you are under 6 foot tall,
You fit in everything.
you need an extra 50 grand a month to offset that, and they
Yes.
forget your height. If you have a little bit of a belly, you don't have a 6-pack. For every missing pack, take 10K. So if you have 4 of them missing, you make an extra 40K a month. Now you're at 90K a month at a minimum expectation. So if you're short and fat, you need to make 100K a month for people to forget that you're short and fat. And you will look beautiful to most people.
They forget right away.
Unbelievably hot. Like, even on the beach without a shirt, people will absolutely appreciate you. No one will comment about your anything.
This is what peak male physique
exactly,
looks like.
Exactly. And
My
no
checkbook.
shame, no like,
No
I don't feel like I'm out of shape or anything. I just
Nah,
feel
you're good.
normal, you know? Yeah.
So here's someone asking you, what's your MJ4037 said, what's your infatuation with people that earn less than yourself? Almost every time your lips move, you
Man,
mention
that's so
poor
wrong.
people. Is this a compensation for something else that's missing from your life?
Well, we talked earlier about my life. So there's definitely nothing missing from my life. But
But
to be fair, I fight poverty because poverty attempts to justify itself. So poor people justify their poverty.
Mhm.
That's a problem. So that's why I fight it and I keep trolling it, because they don't realize how much harm they're doing to themselves, their families, their ecosystem by staying poor. Look, there are families. Okay, try to think about this. We're in America.
This is America.
This is America. This is a cultural soup. Like there's people from all over the world here.
This isn't by yourself.
Lots of immigrants, lots of great people have founded this country to become what it is today.
Agreed.
But we have founded it based on the common principle that capitalism is king.
Yes.
Now, this is reality. There are cultures that come here that retain their cultures from before that they escaped from.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to adapt. And there's same thing with families.
Mm-hmm.
There are families who give birth to new babies and keep them in their poverty state of mind and in their poor environments and in the hood and whatever, because they don't believe they're better than that, or they believe that money's demonized and there's something that changes. Yet they have access to none of the things that are great. They don't have access to great experiences, great healthcare, great foods.
Yeah.
Okay, so they go, who needs money? Okay, money doesn't buy Ferraris. Let me tell you what money buys. Money buys a doctor who's not bought by pharma and automatically gives you chemo as the answer to your cancer that the food that you could only afford gave you. That's the power of money. The power of money is not buying Ferraris. The power of money is control. They have food and they have healthy food.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm not talking about organic. Even organic shit has levels to it.
Mm-hmm.
Really rich organic and really Chinese organic. It's really either ways. Money buys you choice. Money allows you to say, I don't want my kids to eat this. I want to import my food from Europe. I want to do this. I want to have a garden large enough to make my own food. Whatever that is, that's what money does. Now, poor people look at money and they go, yeah, it's about vanity. Like, you need money because you want a big-ass house. I want space so I feel good every morning, so I can be a higher producer in life, and I can create more jobs, and I can help more people, and I can inspire them to do better.
Yep.
So they inspire better people. Yes, I'm not interested in hating my life every day I get up. So yes, maybe I need a better looking house. And yes, maybe I want better security. So I'd like it to be in a very good place in town so that I don't have to worry at night when I'm roaming around in my underwear in my front yard because my neighbor can't see me, first off, because my yard's large enough to tell him to go f off. And secondly, I'm in a really good neighborhood. I have gates. I have security systems. I have cops on standby. It's not a problem. Like, when you keep fighting a system that you are meant to participate in, the system will eat your ass alive.
Yes.
And that's what you just got to change. So that's my point for why we fight poverty.
I like the fact that you said participation, because that's one of the things that really rung with me. You told me early on is that you need to participate in order to succeed. You can't.
There's no way outside of that. If you keep pushing away money, you will never have any.
I mean, there's no better way to put it.
You have to.
And then the last thing that just came in today that we just saw literally on the break was Mercedes is teasing an S-Class coupe in order to.
I've always had a lot of hope for Mercedes with the S-Class coupe. Okay. But the problem was last time they just took the four-door and they just chopped two doors. It's just like same car. Then they make Maybachs where they make it look like a Louis Vuitton car with like emblems on the hood. So they got to go away from that shit and they got to do more stuff that looks completely different, introduces new grills, new design, new ideas. So people think they're getting a different product. Like that can compete with a Wraith if done right.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, absolutely.
And I think if done right. And Mercedes always does cars right. They just them up after a while because they keep trying to milk, the money out of them instead of doing anything else. So, we'll see how that plays out. But this is a good direction if that's a real teaser and not just like a, way to get marketing out of it.
And then the last thing, since we are a podcast about economics, I was scrolling and I saw on Edmunds the cars with the best resale value. And I only brought this up because of which car was number one, Porsche 911.
Yeah, which is amazing, right?
That's amazing. Yeah. In the top 5
even
cars.
Base cars, like,
Dude, it's up there. It's like Ford Maverick, Toyota Tacoma, Honda Civic, 4Runner.
And then people keep asking me why I keep calling the Cayman and the Boxster poverty cars. They're poverty cars. Like this is what it's supposed to be. But because they need to make money, they keep making Caymans and Macans and Cayennes and yeah, exactly. Because they're trying to milk as many customers into the brand.
But that's insane. It has a 98% 3-year retained value.
which is great. But that's only because it's the last 3 years and the indexes have gone up.
Okay.
That number would have been 60, 70% if it
But
didn't include.
even still, like that's
Still good,
that's
but I'm
amazing.
saying, yeah, it's still better. But if you look at the Huracan market, it's equally good.
Okay.
Like what I'm saying is just because they had these price increases, it does that, but it's not really
Gotcha.
high price. Anyhow, guys, we covered a lot today. Sorry for the rants and stuff. Hopefully you got offended at some point. And if you don't watch, then we're sorry for you. If you keep watching, then thank you. And otherwise, we'll catch you guys next time.
See you guys next time.